I wish, I wish, I wish I were a fish, 'cause fish have a better life than people. Welcome in, welcome in. Oh boy, I gotta mute myself on YouTube. I keep forgetting to do that. Welcome in, everybody. How's it going? Bring it all in to everyone here in the fish room. It's been a while since I've done a show me your tanks. This is what, episode 7, I think. Is that what I have here on the thumbnail? Yeah, episode 7. Hope you guys can see and hear me okay. I have a lavalier mic on for the purpose of me being able to show you guys what I have left after all of my tank movements. So, but yeah, there's some things that has come arise, on why I decided to do a show me your tanks for tonight. And I wanted to start things off with you guys here after I cover a few bases and run through a few things, and then show you guys what I have left. But there's a reason behind all this, so I promise you I'll get to those. But to all the early risers that has come in after their busy work week and decide to come and hang out with me on their lovely Friday evening. Welcome all in, everybody. Let's get some people going. We got Slim Tim in here. We got Jose. We got Jorge Mexicali Fish Keeping. Sweet Polly. Hello, how's it going? Bare Bottom Brenton. What's happening? Christopher Junkin. How's it going? Hope all is well. Sweet Polly. Cecil's in here hanging out. We got 3G. AV is good. Thank you so much, sir. Who else we got? Jeff is in here hanging out. Branton, thank you again for coming in. Brandon, we got to get some live stream going on at some point. I know that summer's always busy. We keep bringing it up, but it never seems to happen. But that's what summer does to us. We got busy stuff going on. So it is all good. We will figure it out. But I'm glad that the AV is good. Just because of me working with a different mic, and I brought my backup one in case I have struggles later on. But hopefully not. But a little bit of a few bit of updates is whenever I start showing my tank straw, I'm going to have to like dodge by one of them because I am currently in the process of making a video for it. And yes, it is the 220. Yes, the stand is there and the tank is there, but it is not filled with water yet. I was planning to do it today, and then I didn't wake up, for my night shifts until about, I don't know, 12:30, 1 o'clock, and then I spent time with the family, and then next thing I know, it was 5. I was just like, well, shoot, we only have enough time to eat dinner, and then that's about it. And I want to make sure to be 100% fully focused on doing the video and getting that thing together. So I kind of want to like leave this away from you guys for tonight for the live stream, so I can make this video and hopefully have this video come out for you guys next week sometime. Plus, I was working real heavy on the video I just came out with for the update on the FX6. If you guys haven't watched it already, if you have any moderators that would be able to do that for me, I'd appreciate you just posting that video. I want to do one final thank you to Ponguru. He's a very nice gentleman. He emailed me back and forth, very thorough, very knowledgeable on all his stuff that he does through YouTube. And whenever you ask him a question on an email, he gives you a nice, thorough explanation on what your questions are and how he answers them. And it's just been an all-out huge pleasure of experience, getting to know him a little bit. And he really appreciated me coming out with that video. And he commented on his channel, or his post, I should say, and he shared it with his channel, and then I reshared it on my channel of him sharing it on his channel. So we kind of, worked back and forth, and it all worked well. And that guy is a really down to earth fella, and I'm really glad that all worked out. But yeah, work is definitely crazy, my friend. Between house life, work life, and summer life. But hot in the shop has been leaving pretty well drained. I get it. I get it. Who else just come in here? Think I got everyone so far. I'm here. My dad just came in. Thanks, Dad, for stopping by. And Griseni, oh, okay, you guys are talking. If I'm understanding that correctly. Oh, thank you, Branton. Thank you. Appreciate it. That's the video I was talking about. Mr. Jesse, the mother effing Jesse. Let's see. Should that be the right one? I don't know. I have to look on YouTube and see. Whatever the most recent one is, Branton, but I do thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it. Uh, let's see here. What else do we got? I think I'm all up to date. So I want to share with you guys what brought up the reasoning of me doing the show me your tank stuff. And holy smoke, before we get started here, Jesse's already hitting it hard with the super chat. Jesse is on the ball, and I appreciate you so much, Jesse. You are really kicking things off pretty good. So much appreciated, Jesse. You are the best. We need to do another live stream again together too, between you and I and Brandon and I, even Jorge. You know, if you want to do another live stream together at some point, I'm all for it. I know that MNC, they do like the Wavemaker stuff on Sundays, and Sundays are kind of busy for me, but if I can pop in maybe this Sunday, you know, and hang out with you guys for a little, that'd be great. I do a lot of the backstages after vibes, you know, with Curtis and whoever else joins. So that's always fun. But anyways, thank you, Jesse, so much for the super chat. It's greatly appreciated. Gives me more and more opportunities to do giveaways and stuff like that. So that is greatly appreciated. So yeah, do a little dance, make a little love, get down the night, get down the night. Celebrate. I thought you were calling me a celebrity, Jesse. Yeah, I do celebratory super chat dances. We gotta do a dance. Do a little dance. Make a little love. Get down the night. Get down the night. All right. Not to get too sidetracked here, I want to make sure to try to stay on topic and then give plenty of opportunities for other people to get on here after I share what's going on in my fish room. But the last live stream I had worked out really well. We lasted about an hour or so. Acceptable. Yeah, I'm not as good as Jesse. I'm sorry, Brett, and I'll do better next time. But I want to share a few screenshots of comments that I had between well, I guess mainly one person, and he brings up a good point. So this is why I wanted to do show me your tanks, because if he's in here, TK Tropicals, I wanted to add this to the stage. This is a screenshot of what TJ Tropical said on my last live stream. And he says, why don't you just show your tanks and not you? Because he doesn't want to see my ugly mug. Just kidding. Just kidding. He says, why don't you show your tanks and not you? We might like you, but we want to show your fish. And then to follow up with that, 3G said, true that, TK, we are here for the fish, which makes complete sense. And then he followed up with, everyone on YouTube show themselves and not their fish. Fish are always in the background and not the main focus, and it's just his thought. So this is what brought up me wanting to do this again, because if he's in here, great. And if not, maybe he can watch a replay as an explanation. And we're about, let's see, maybe about 10 minutes in or so. But if he ever does get around to seeing this, I completely agree with him. How many channels do we watch, even big channels, like, for example, KG Tropicals are streaming right now, or in Primetime Aquatics later on after them. And it's great. You know, I think it really gives you a good in-depth, deep connection with your YouTuber that you want to follow and watch, especially if you don't know them personally, like exchanging phone numbers and meeting backstage or whatnot. But I think it does bring out, you know, the people that, you know, want to get to know their audience better, that they want to be on camera, they get uncomfortable, because I know that's hard for people to do, to get in front of a camera and talk in front of someone. So I think that gives a little bit deeper connection within the YouTube community and everything else. So I think that's a positive note, to be in front of the camera and the fish tanks behind me. But at the same time, you look at all these YouTube channels, and I would say, this is just a guess, but I would say 90% of them, they probably just do what I'm doing right now, is be in front of their fish tanks. Hi, Mom. A quick hello before I forget. And the fish is, you know, like the fish are for your enjoyment too. So that's another good point to bring up too. So there's a lot of like 50-50 on it too. So I want to give this opportunity, and this is why I do this for TK Tropicals, that in his response to this, along with 3Gs, is it's nice to be able to see the fish. It's nice to be able to have, this is why I do this show me your tanks, because I haven't done it in a while, so I'm kind of behind as well. So I want to give you guys, you know, showing you guys around my fish room with what I have left. And then after that, it gives everybody else opportunities to show their fish, to kind of get a different view of everything. So what other people do too is kind of like what Jeff says, is my tanks are normally the bigger screen on my stream and I'm just a little box, but it's really dependent on the stream goals and focus. And that brings up a good point too. So it all depends on what you're focusing on. If you want to focus on a topic and you want to stay on that topic and not get too sidetracked with everything, then that makes sense. But if you want to show your fish off and have a stream where people can see your fish, that's great too. So it kind of gets the best of both worlds, but there's a lot of people that do stream in front of a camera with their fish tanks behind them, and they don't do any of their stuff, like, or show their fish, I should say. One person individually, I believe, does a really good job at this is Ben Ochart. And the reason why I say this is, yes, he speaks in front of his camera and the fish tanks are behind him, but I feel like he is a well-rounded streamer slash YouTuber, just because the fact that even if he's in front of his fish tanks and they're behind him, he comes up with videos and stuff that he shows on his live stream that are obviously commercial free because they're live, but he shows off what's going on with his fish room, what tanks he's going, or what's fish changes is going on, what's going on with his tanks, and all the different updates that he has, and he'll show them on his live stream. So that way he get like the best of both worlds between him being in front of the camera and then showing off what's going on with his fish life, for a loss of better terms. So that's why I think it's good to bring out that it's nice to be able to see everyone's fish. And that's why I do these live streams, to be able to give people opportunity to come up, share what's going on with their lives as far as the fish keeping goes. And another thing I do is, sometimes I was telling him, I think on the last live stream before too, is whenever I do water changes and stuff, whenever I do a water change live stream, it takes a lot to get everything set up just perfectly. So where like the camera, you don't want to trip over cords while you're walking back and forth different tanks, doing your maintenance and that sort of thing. So it takes a while to set everything up, and then once everything's good, it's fine. But I like to show some of my tanks whenever I do that as well. So I think, in my personal opinion, there's probably more times than not where I'm doing what I'm doing now than showing my fish off. But it all depends on the subject. It all depends on the matter. It all depends on what target audience you're looking for. So that's all good points that I personally believe, in my opinion, that's great to see. And I appreciate the comment that TK Tropicals made, because it's nice to be able to, for us to talk about this on this live stream. So I think it all makes sense to me. Who else did I miss in here in the chat? Oh, June's coming in, so appreciate you coming in. Let me take Jeff's message off here. My mom did come in. I did say hi to her. Let's see if Adelina Moffat from Facebook, thanks for coming in and stopping by. Anyone's more than welcome to put in their input in the chat as well. But that's kind of my thoughts on those comments. I am not by any means putting anybody down for any reason. I enjoy any open conversation as long as everyone is respectful of each other and we all have fun doing it. That's my only request for doing it, is if you want to say something about, hey, you know what, let's do a suggestion about your next live stream, or hey, let's do a suggestion about your next video, or hey, maybe include this person in your video, or that fish in that video, or maybe include this tank or these decorations, or hey, let's comment about filtration. Can you bring that up in your next live stream, because I noticed in your previous one that wasn't brought up. So this is the kind of ideas I like to kind of run through each other's brains and kind of think about as we're doing these live streams. I know Jesse likes to kind of go back and forth between all the different things that he likes to talk about. He likes to make things easier, quicker, less work, and more spending time with your fish. He just did an update on his fish room recently, and of course, in his live streams, he likes to have a little bit of fun, make some goofy faces, have a good laugh, do things differently. So I think, he's well-rounded in what he does. I know Mexicali Fish Keeper, he's doing a little bit of changes in his fish room, so it's nice to see a well-rounded atmosphere of changes of what's going on. Unfortunately, my fish room's kind of boring at the moment because I've been tearing down a lot and I've been rearranging a lot and doing some videos that are pertaining more to the subjects that I want to pertain to, like the FX6, and getting ready for this 220 that I'm looking at right now. But hopefully, fingers crossed, that I can get the video done this weekend and then I can put it out sometime during the week is my plan. If it doesn't, it's going to be this week. If not this week, it'll hopefully be put out by the weekend is my goal, next weekend. So I want to make sure that's clear and cut, that it is still underway. I'm not going to leave you guys in the dark. I'm still keeping you updated, but when I show my fish room, I'm going to have to bypass that for the time being because I want to save it for my video. I hope this all makes sense to you guys, and I hope that all your comments are greatly appreciated. All your help is appreciated. Super chat, and thanks again, Jesse, for giving that, for giving me the opportunity to put this money aside. And I make notes of this too, that whenever this happens, this is money that I put aside. And then as that money progresses, I start thinking of what the next giveaway would be, what I can do to contribute to everybody else, and then kind of go from there. Because I want to continue to do giveaways for you, continue to support you guys for watching me and hanging out with me for a little bit, because I appreciate it more than you know. Let's see here. What else do we got? I'm going to go ahead and get started here. Thanks, KGE. Hello, how's it going? And Sketty's in here. Thanks for coming in. We just talked briefly about a subject matter that got brought up on my last live stream. Very good points. Very good subjects to talk about and bring up. That way, if we ever have any questions, or if we have anything that we want to talk about, it's okay to bring up, and I'm comfortable doing so. And that's why I wanted to bring that up, just to make sure that we have a chance to talk about it and we all can be on the same page. So, at any rate, let's get myself started with a cartwheel. We're gonna get started with a cartwheel. There's no freaking way I'm gonna do a cartwheel down here, Jesse. I don't know if I've seen you do a cartwheel. I want to see you do a cartwheel on tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Unless you're if I do it now, then you're definitely gonna have to do it tomorrow at 9 a.m. Get to it, they say. I'm gonna break my back on my live stream. This is nuts. Maybe I should wait to the very end. If I get injured on my live stream, that's going to be horrible. Then I'm going to have to do the whole live stream like down here on my back, and I'm going to be like, I can't do this, guys. You guys are terrible people. This was such a horrible idea. Let's see, what else we got here? Sketty says don't do it. Thank you, Sketty, for watching out for me. We're all getting older. We're all like me. I'm 39 years old. I'm gonna see a chiropractor soon. General maintenance for our bodies. Taking care of ourselves. So thank you for looking out for me, Sketty. Other than the Brandon and Jesse, who wants me to apparently destroy my back. Definitely not worth it. Brandon has no fear. He says go and do it. Just no fear. So anyways, I'm going to show off some of my fish. I'm hoping you guys will still be able to hear me. I did a test run before I got on live here. So I'm going to kind of give you guys a little bit of an update of what's going on here in my fish room. Like I said, I apologize for not having a well-rounded fish room because there's still some stuff going on. But this is my goal in a nutshell. This is why I've been downsizing, is because this is my 7th episode of doing Show Me Your Tanks. And the amount of things that I've seen and the people that have joined up on here has been an absolute pleasure. And the ideas that are just running through my head, it's just like, I need to be a more well-rounded fish keeper and not keep just African cichlids or just Central and South American or whatever. Like I've been around a little bit, and I need to have a change for me to enjoy the hobby to the fullest extent. I've done that explanation on my price tag unplugged video. I don't know if Mexicali Fish Keeper, I mentioned you in that video a little bit, just to kind of reminisce and relate to you in that aspect too. Sweet Polly says, I give anything to be 39 again. Jesse, stop. No, Jesse really wants this cartwheel. If Brandon's on board, he's going to start. If Brandon's going to start doing the super chat thing, I don't know. This cartwheel thing, Sketty, I don't know. I'm still on Sketty's side. We're going to see some dumpster fire. But thank you, Jesse, again. Jesse, you're really working hard for that. Jesse is definitely making it rain. I appreciate it. That's $15 in the kitty for the next giveaway. Holy smoke. I'll keep a tally. I have to kind of reminisce on my last live stream, I think, because I think there might have been a super chat I missed from last time. I have to go back and see. But yeah, freaking cartwheel. Oh, geez. This guy says, price tag, I say hire a body double for stunts. I think that's definitely a good idea. So I'm going to get to showing my fish tanks off and tell you what's going on. There's one fish tank upstairs I'm not going to be showing anymore, very brief. So I'm going to start with something boring, and then I'm going to kind of progress into what's going on and what's exciting. And then bypass the video, my future video, and because I want to keep that specifically for you guys and something for you guys to look forward to. Oh my gosh, you guys are ridiculous. There's 20 bucks on in the kitty now. 15 from Jesse and 5 from Branton. Branton, you're too kind and crazy. And thank you for that. Scotty, are you missing out? Jesse and Branton are on the bandwagon of super chats, and they want to see a cartwheel, and Scotty's looking out for me. There's 16 people watching here on this YouTube live stream and trying to have a nice, fish live stream of checking out the fish and talking about subjects that we had from last live stream. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Mom. We need to look out for each other. My cartwheel is going to be absolutely insane. I would have to see, I can't do that because there's not enough room here in front for me to do it. I would have to move the table, move all the cords and everything out of the way to be a tripping hazard. I don't want OSHA to be involved, and it's a whole big ordeal. I would have to do it over there, but I can't do it over there because there's something over there that I can't show right now. Cecil, stop. This next giveaway is going to be insane. Cecil is on the bandwagon. You guys are really hitting hard. We were making it rain tonight here on the cartwheel bandwagon. Thank you, Cecil. You're too kind. I believe he's a channel member, if I'm not mistaken. June, thank you for looking out for me. This is crazy. This is what this is what the live stream is going to be about, is me doing a cartwheel. I can't get through showing my fish off because all you guys are worried about is my freaking cartwheel. June's been a member for 7 months. Look at that. No, don't do a cartwheel. Thank you, June. Let me get back to you guys. Branton, it's a lot of excuses. This is ridiculous. I know. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many excuses? I only can come up with 10 excuses. Jesse, what you're doing right now is you are putting money into my health savings account to when I have to go to the hospital after I do a cartwheel. Is this what you guys are doing because you want to see me get hurt? You guys are crazy. I do need to step away from this for a minute, but it's greatly appreciated. You guys are too kind. This is all going towards my health savings account and going towards my United Healthcare. That's all this is going for. Nuts. You guys are crazy tonight. I appreciate it though. You guys have to remind me before I leave tonight's live stream that I want to try to do a Friday night live stream at 8:30. I want to say this before I forget, and I want you guys to remind me at the end of this live stream too, to remind everyone that comes in late or who hasn't heard too. But I'm going to start a regularly scheduled live stream Friday at 8:30 p.m. But there's one day out of the month where I can't make that, so it's still going to be Friday, but it's probably going to be around like lunchtime, around noon or something like that, and from noon to like 1 or 2 o'clock. So that way you guys can kind of know, generally speaking, of when I do my live streams, and I'm going to try to stay consistent with it because I know it's a struggle for me to be able to find that time, but I'm going to work my hardest to try to make it Friday at 8:30 every week, except for one time because I have to work a night shift on one of those Fridays. So that's why I'm going to have to do it on noon. But I'm trying to build that every Friday so you guys can see that, oh yeah, it's still this Friday, next Friday, but then this Friday it's going to be at noon instead of 8:30. So that's kind of my whole plan. Scotty says if I did a cartwheel, it would be help. If I did a cartwheel, it would help if I've fallen down and can't get up. Help, I've fallen down and can't get up. I know, so Jesse would do it because he's freaking crazy. Jesse and Joe, do you guys just give the money back and forth to each other? Oh my goodness. You know it. So Is C a name change? Cartwheel Aquatics. No, 3G. That is not the name change. 3G is on the bandwagon. Holy smoke. This giveaway is going to be nuts. Are you guys okay? Are you guys working towards an FX6 giveaway or an FX4 or an FX2? Is that what you guys are working towards? Because this is how this is rolling. I mean, this is getting to like the filter range here. 3G hitting it hard with the making it rain of $10 super chat. Holy smoke. So I'm going to mark that down too. We are on the list. Thank you, 3G. You are insane, but it's greatly appreciated. We are working towards a very good giveaway for my next live stream. No, we really just want a cartwheel. So if I do a cartwheel and something happens to my back, I'm gonna have to do a live stream like at the hospital and be like, I'm gonna have to cover up like all the important stuff, and I'm gonna be like, here's my hospital bill. This is how many super chats I need to pay off my hospital bill. 2 of them. A free FX. I don't think so, Jesse. 2 of them. You're really looking for a good bargain, aren't you, buddy? So anyways, you guys are crazy, but you guys are really definitely appreciated for, and I can't thank you guys enough. You guys are very entertaining for me, and I always like having a good time with you guys. Let me show off some of my fish for you guys. And then hopefully I won't lose you with the mic. I was kind of testing some things out, but I kind of want to show you a little bit before we get crazy, and then I do a cartwheel afterwards, apparently. I'll show my fish and do a cartwheel, even though June doesn't, my mom doesn't want me to. Apparently, I haven't heard from my dad yet. So I don't know if he wants me to do a cartwheel. Who else? Scatty doesn't want me to do a cartwheel. I don't know. Jorge hasn't said anything yet. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head here. 3G wants me to do one. Cecil wants me to do one. You guys are nuts. Yeah, Cecil, he's a member. That's what I thought. Thank you, Cecil. I appreciate it. Jeff is the bonus making it rain too. Holy smoke. Between Jesse and Jeff, you guys are I'm not going to get to the show me your tanks. It's now called show me your cartwheel. Jeff, you are insane. You guys are really pushing hard for a cartwheel. You know what's going to happen too is I'm going to do a cartwheel, and it's going to be the most, I got to keep it family friendly here. If I was backstage, I could say something else, but if I got to keep it family friendly, it's going to be the most weak cartwheel. And the next thing that's going to happen, you're going to start giving more super chats, and you'll be like, all right, we want to see 2 cartwheels or something to make up for it. My mom wants to know if my dad's still awake. Jesse, did you just get paid? Is today payday Friday? Holy smoke, my friend. Or is this just repeats? I'm just trying to figure this all out, man. Jesse, you guys are just trying to go off each other. This is insane. 20 from Jeff. Thank you so much. 20 from Jesse again. Thank you so much. 3G says, lame. Yeah, I know. You guys are all sitting here watching and really wanting to see me do a cartwheel. I'm going to show you some fish first. And then all you guys are going to leave because you're going to be like, he didn't do a cartwheel. This has been the Cartwheel Aquatics. Thank you for joining me, and I should do a cartwheel at the end of every live stream now, apparently. For fish. Just do it now for fish second. I don't even know if I can do a cartwheel, man. I'm not going to do it. I don't have the room for it. I have to adjust the camera, give the people what they want. Okay. I promise you that I will get to the fish. That was my main focus for today. And then we will get the ball rolling with the cartwheels, because you guys are really, that's all. If I do a cartwheel, then you guys are going to leave when I start showing my fish. That's all we came here for. Yeah, it's exactly it. More like give the people what they paid for. I don't even know if I have any room to do a cartwheel. And plus, I'm wearing sandals. I need to put on shoes. Let's see here. You guys are nuts. Everyone wants me to do a cartwheel on today's live stream. I could probably show, so I have my phone camera set up to show fish, but everyone wants to see a cartwheel. To give people what they came for. You don't need no shoes on, says Cecil. Truckload of excuses. Let me see what I can do here. Facing back and front. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Going to figure this out. You guys are nuts. I'm sorry, everybody. This is totally not the plan for today's live stream. I was supposed to show you guys fish, and it has just come to this. Yeah, I think a cartwheel would be safer, Dad, when I can do it in the pool. George, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. Everyone is on the bandwagon of me doing a cartwheel, and apparently I have to do a cartwheel for everybody, and it has to be good. I'm just trying to figure out my camera because apparently I have to give what people pay for. I was going to say something else, and I decided not to. Let me see here. Well, I just dropped my phone. You guys are going to pay for my phone too, right? Now that I dropped it. All right. Let's see here. Do a cartwheel right by the stairs. Yeah, then you're definitely gonna be paying for my hospital bill, Brandon. Let's see what we can do. This is gonna be the most ridiculous cartwheel in the world. I think it's your like ultimate goal. Let's see here. What happened? Uh-oh. We're good. We're good. Get your clips ready. See, I have no shame. I dance for money. Well, you guys are something special, and I have to. I just feel so obligated. I have no shame in dance for money. My cartwheel is going to be the most ridiculous cartwheel in the world. But I can't. I have to figure out how to point the camera somewhere. So where? Let's see here. I'm over it. Let's see some fish. All right, so we're gonna see some fish first. So that way 3G is happy, and then we'll do my cartwheel. So let me go ahead and add this to the stage, and then I'll show you guys what I got. He's so close. We'll show some fish for you guys because I've been wanting to do this for you guys. We'll do a cartwheel, and then we'll get everybody else on the bandwagon to show us some fish. I promise you guys. You guys, I'm keeping you on the edge of your seat. But I just want to make sure that this works for you guys. At any rate, let me full screen this here. So this is kind of what I got. This guy's currently in quarantine right now. He was real bad shape in my Mbuna tank, but I am currently using Canaplex. I was using Melifix and it ran out, and I had some Canaplex left over. And he's actually been turning around to where his body isn't as beat up as it was before. I've been using aquarium salt and also Vitachem to help out. And one thing I've also noticed too, and it's good to point out, is that his poops are starting to get a little bit smaller now because he was a little bit constipated. So that's something to keep an eye out for too. If you guys want to know about that, is you don't want that to happen. And I'm glad to see that throughout here because they were longer. Now they're getting shorter. So I feel like the aquarium salt is actually helping. and he's swimming around a little bit now too. So he's not like, he doesn't have real good, or it's not like he has swim bladder issues, but this is my quarantine tank for now until he gets better. But this is my Mbuna tank. Everyone's camera shy, of course, as soon as I stand up. The things I don't like about this tank is I don't like how the one hides in there just from being bullied. But a lot of this is, of course, being camera shy too, because every time I get up from doing a live stream, they all just go behind all the rocks. But this is my longest living Mbuna. I've had this one since I very first started Mbunas. And it's, I want to say, a year and 10 months, I think. So almost 2 years since I've had Mbuna, and that's how long I've had this one. There's a lot of yellow labs in here, so I don't know how long I've had each one of them. They all have different times that I've had them. But then you got your ACI yellowtail in here. There's 2 of them, a male and a female. You have your electric blue Juhani right there. That one's currently holding. So if there's anyone that usually holds, it's normally the yellow labs. But the babies end up being food anyways. There's a Swedish Hongi this is its normal hiding spot all the time, and it is probably the most camera shy out of everyone that I have. But if we get a chance till we come back around and see it, then I'll try to show it to you guys. But for these fish being camera shy, and I don't have a zoom option when it comes to using my phone as a camera, if there is a different way to do it, I can try, but I don't know if there's a way to. I apologize for not being able to get back to comments just because of the fact that I'm trying to show my fish off to you guys. But I'm going to keep rolling, and then I'll catch up with comments as I come back. But here's my other windowed tank. These electric blue Acaras, I have 3 of them in here. This one, it's just kind of dull, but it's still living and it still eats, and it's just very slow. But I feel like it's growing very slowly, so I think it's coming back from when it used to be real dark. I have a hard time keeping electric blue Acaras because their pH, they tend to thrive better in a more of like a 7.6 pH. And I have very hard water at my house that comes out of the well, and even through the softener, it still ends up being around 7.8 to 8. So they have a harder time, especially like if you look at this blue Acara, there's like no blue to them. The only one that's the healthiest here is the one that's down there, which he's healthy, but I think he's just kind of hiding. But I got a couple fire mouths left, actually 3 fire mouths left. And then your Geophagus thenai. They've been looking really good. They've been growing out really well and real healthy. Their colors are just starting to shine a little bit on their body a little bit, so that's cool. I got my Bristlenose pleco down there. And then that is actually, here's another Geo. That is a redhead Tapajos. And they are growing. They don't get as big as the Geophagus thenai, but they get that real red head to them on their body and like kind of on their fins. That makes them really stand out, but they won't get that till about a little bit later. But then I also have the zebra loaches too that are down here. I think I got like 3 of those, I believe. I believe in a thing called love. But yeah, so that's my windowed setup. It's not doing too bad, really. I've only had 1 loss of a fire mouth within the last month or so, and since then it's been really, really good. Man, I really wish I could get closer to the Mbuna tank, but every time I do, they just go right behind the rocks. But you see, there's that tiger one. See, he's going to go and leave behind the rocks again. So the ACI yellowtails I've had for a while too. They're probably the longest living ones as well. And that Juhani came out for a little bit. But my favorite colored one is that is the Swedish Hongi, but he never comes out. I'd love to show them to you guys because I really like the colors, and that's why I picked them out at. I got them online at Imperial Tropicals. But I hope I don't lose you guys. This is my 40-gallon breeder along with this one down below. These guys I'm planning on probably selling at future auctions at some point. Mixture of Kenny Eye and mostly Yellow Lab and a few ACI Yellowtail. I've given away some of these through Marketplace, and I've had a very pleasurable experience with people. If you look closely, though, this Mbuna does not have a back tail, and I've never seen that in a fish. And I almost feel just obligated to keep them long term, just because of the fact that I don't think I want to get rid of him, and I don't think anyone would buy him because he wouldn't have a back tail. And I've never seen that. But he's not sick. He's healthy. He's growing. No one bothers him. He doesn't bother anybody else. And I believe it's a female because it hasn't changed color, because that's what golden mbunas do. But it is the most calm and peaceful fish in here, and no one bothers it either. So, and all these fish have been really personable. They've lived in this tank their whole entire life. So it's kind of nice to have these guys. And I think that's why the other mbunas, they hide so much, is because they've been moved around from upstairs to downstairs in one tank, and then again downstairs into the in-wall tank setup. But yeah, that's this tank here. And then these are the fish that I got from Jim from Happy Place Aquatics. These are Severums. I had 10 of them and one passed away, but since then I haven't had any issues, and that was a while ago. But these guys, they're slow growers, but they're just starting to get a little hint of color, kind of like on the bottom of their fins. But I'm going to plan to make a future tank, maybe a plywood, to move the Geophagus fenni and everyone in that tank, and then move these guys in there with them as they get bigger, because I know these guys get big. It just takes a while for them to grow. But that's what's in here. So maybe that'll be like a winter project I could do. And I'll probably keep these guys in here for a while just to make sure that they grow out a little bit and make sure that they don't end up as food or getting beat up or whatever you call it. So yeah, that's what I have here. I have no more 10 gallons, no more 20-gallon longs, except for the one that's in quarantine. And then bypassing the one tank. And then here is a 60-gallon breeder. These are all mostly female lemon jakes and red Apache mix. But you can tell that there's probably a couple males left in here. For sure, this guy. And he's going to be added into my 220 tank, along with probably this guy once I see him color up a little bit more. But there is probably mostly females in here because I moved a majority of them into the tank that's behind me. And I also gave a few away to people from Marketplace. So that's why I have mostly females left in here. And once these guys get a little bit bigger, then I'm going to take them again to my local fish store, because they've been really generous of giving me a good offer for giving them to them. And I let it up to them. I gave it up to them to tell me what they're worth. And obviously, you're not going to make a bunch of money off of selling small fish like this, but it was a lot more than I expected. Let's just put it that way. And I was happy with it. And then down here is 75-gallon. These guys are all Autopharynx lithobates, or is also known as sulfurhead lithobates. These guys usually don't gain a whole lot of color until they get a lot older. But there's 3 blue dolphins in here that I got from Pet Supplies Plus, and they've been doing fine. And I usually don't buy from that store, but I got those guys probably 4 or 5 months ago. And I'm probably just going to end up keeping them. Whether they'll go in the 220 or not, I don't know. But if you guys look, there's one guy here that he's just now starting to show that blue body. And the male of these guys was an OB. So I can imagine that some of these are going to have that slight OB pattern with the blue body and of course, the sulfur head on top, I'm hoping. So it might be a good kind of mixture of these fish whenever they start to get older and start showing color. But that's probably the one that's showing the most color out of all of them. But I really wish I could back up and like zoom in and out on this, but maybe in the future I can figure that out. Or I can switch cameras and I can use my phone camera as my live stream, and then I can use my digital camera as the extra camera. So that way I can kind of stand back and zoom in on my digital camera. So that way these guys don't scatter so much when I'm putting the phone right by the fish tank. There is a few Oh shoot. Electric Blue Ali. So there's one of them right there. They don't have the stripe to it. That's one of them, and then there's two others in here. And I only ended up having three of those whenever I was breeding at the time. These guys are just a bunch of OBs. They're pretty tiny. They're probably about an inch long, maybe. I usually find maybe one fish every week or so that usually ends up dying in this tank, maybe two, just because there's so many of them and they're still very small. But these guys, I'm just growing out until they get bigger, and then I do the same thing as I'll take them to the local fish store, and then we'll kind of go from there. But it is nice to see so many fish. Look at this guy. He found. See, this is what I mean. He already found a snack. If you guys look closely, does that look like a fin that's coming out of his mouth? It looks like he already swallowed a little one. Yeah. This is where I'm hoping that you guys can still hear me, because I'm pretty far away from my lavalier, the other part of it, not the one that's connected to me, of course, but the one that's near my computer. And then these guys are all lemon jakes / OBs, because like I said, the hap and the peacocks, the males were OBs. So majority of these are gonna be an OB pattern with a whatever the mixed male and female is. So you can kind of tell that this one here is a male, because lemon jakes are yellow. You're going to have like this pretty yellow OB pattern. That's going to be kind of neat to see. So whenever I start moving fish, I'm going to be taking that one out, probably this one out too, and maybe that one. And I'm going to move them all at the same time to go over to that 220. So that's the plan for that. And then spinning around here, I have a hard time with this tank because these are the fish that I had in my 46 bow front upstairs, my community tank. But I'm planning to take all this down, because whenever I first set this up, I thought I was okay with how the shelving was, but there is not a whole lot of space right here for me to do maintenance on. And I can take this part off and go from the top, but the hardest part is this middle one, because obviously I can't do that with this. But I'm going to be tearing this down and replacing it with the 75-gallon that I had upstairs, which used to be my peacock and hap tank. And I'm just going to have that down here in this spot. I'm going to paint this wall because this wall is just ugly. And I'm going to paint this the same color as like what this is, like this sea green, or I don't know what color you call that. I forget, but I'll make this look nicer once these two tanks are removed. And then I have some yo-yo loaches in here as well. I'm gonna have a really hard time. I don't think I want to get rid of these cories. I'm gonna have to figure something out with this tank, because I really like these cories. They buddy up and they swim around with each other all the time. And I've always had a soft spot for corydoras. So, and then you got a couple Rasporas. I forget. I think this is a type of minnow. I cannot remember the name for the life of me what that is. And then here's a small little celestial pearl Danio. And then there's no albino. Oh, there's a few rummy nose in here too, but this tank is huge. Yeah, there they are. You got a couple rummy nose in there. I think there's 3 total. But this is what used to be my 46 bow front, and this has just been a temporary operation until I decide what I want to do with all these guys and do a whole different setup for here. And then last but not least, this is my future 220-gallon tank. For anyone who doesn't know, or anyone who just wanted an update to see what's going on with everything, this is mostly, like I said, OBs and Dragon Bloods. But you're going to have a mixture of lemon jakes, red Apache, regular OBs, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, something like this one right here. I could be wrong on this, but whenever I was breeding, some of these might be like an OB Dragon Blood mix, like that one right there, and that's why it's so light, which is crazy. And I think whenever this one starts to grow up, that one's probably going to be a really, really burnt orange with that white face. And I think that'll look really neat. But it's been going well so far, so I really can't complain too much. But yeah, that's what I got. So, anyways, back here. Jody P's in. Welcome in. Let me catch back up with chat here. And then let's see. Everyone's calling me a party pooper because I didn't do any cartwheels. You guys are really trying. I wonder if the people that are still in here are going to have me do a cartwheel. 3G, are you still in here? Jesse probably is. Branton. Thanks, Jeff, for coming in. Appreciate it. 3G is going to come up and show me some angels and junk. So you're more than welcome to. Let's see here. Crystal, I'm going to join Salient and put my parrots to bed. Okay, tell some parrotfish. Okay, cool. Jody P, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. Coming in and hanging out for a little bit. Nice to see everyone in here. I like the 60 breeders personally. I'm probably going to keep that tank around for quite a while. Thank you for all the lovely comments on everything. And thank you, Brandon, for letting me know that you can hear me. And Jody P, I appreciate it. Because I didn't know, because whenever I was doing a testing throughout here, I wasn't sure how that was going to pan out as far as being able to reach that far, and if the wall was going to break the connection between where the road first, like this is what's plugged into my computer, and then the lavalier here. So I'm not really sure the breaking point of distance. Barely hanging in. Jody says, sorry, wasn't any sooner. We're finished eating and look like fair enough. Thanks, Brandon. I appreciate it. There looks like there's not as many people in here as there was earlier because everyone was on the bandwagon. Jody P, you missed an entire making it rain super chat of everyone trying to get me to do a cartwheel. Thankfully, I had people on my side because they didn't want me to break my back. But maybe we'll have more people come in as we keep streaming along here. Jesse says cartwheel time. You guys are going to spoil. You guys have spoiled me, I should say, too much. That I feel too obligated. But you guys are gonna get like a real sneak preview. It's like a pulled groin. I'm gonna have to do a cartwheel with my lavalier on. There's 12 people watching. If I can get 20 people to watch me again, then I'll do another cartwheel. How about that? You guys better get everyone back in here because I'm not gonna do a cartwheel for 11 people. Brandon says you can too. Oh, I know what I need to do. This. And I need to pin this. Okay. Now we're good. I think that comment is pinned. If I did that correctly. For anyone else who wants to join in on the fun. Let's see here. Oh yeah, Peachtree about to start. They're probably funneling over there. That makes sense then. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, go do what you need to do, fellas and ladies. You know, do what you need to do to support everyone in their channels. I'm all for that. You know, it's nice to have you guys here, and it's a pleasure for you guys to be able to come in and hang out with me and see my fish tanks. So it's always nice to bring everybody in and hang out for a little bit. All right, so nope, that's not what I want. Remove. Okay, come on now, work with me here. All right, here's a preview of me breaking my back. Jesse, are you in here? Cecil? Branton's in here. Okay, Branton he's at the edge of his seat. He's not going to the other live stream until he sees a cartwheel. You're going to be paying my next hospital bill. Jesse's in here. We'll be all right. I got nothing, guys. That was 2, and the second one was left-handed, so I didn't even know what I was doing. Cecil, did you see that? 12 people watching. Everyone else who missed it, that was part of the super chat, especially Jeff. I think Jeff was. So we had Jesse, Branton, Cecil, 3G, and Jeff. So anyone who missed my cartwheel, they're gonna have to go. Let's see, how far in on this live stream are we? They're gonna have to go into like about an hour in. It's a crunch roll. Beta Fish Productions, did you miss the cartwheel? Because it was absolutely embarrassing. We're going to remove this. Back at it. Jesse, we better see a cartwheel from you tomorrow. Jesse, we have to now, and I can't miss it. Because I'm just going to be feeding the money back to you guys. We're just going to go back and forth. But holy smoke, guys. You know, I ain't scared. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Everyone has to be in Jesse's live stream tomorrow because we cannot miss a cartwheel. But yeah. So we have a total of 20, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 70. We have batteries running low. There's no way. Uh-oh. I didn't plug my laptop in. Idiot. We'll be all right. We're not going to lose the live stream. We're still good. All right. I actually have to do one on a shot and tag Kyle in it, and then he said he would do it in suit. Okay. So I didn't break my back. We don't have to pay a hospital bill, but we had like $80 in super chats. So I have to figure something out on my next giveaway for sure for you guys. I can tell you right now, this girl's not doing a cartwheel. The fish room cartwheel. We are not naming the channel the Cartwheel Aquatics. I'm sorry. We are not going to be doing that at all. But thank you so much, everyone, for the generous super chats. Fish cart, hashtag fish tag, or fish fam cartwheel. We're going to start a trend here, my friend. We're going to start something because of you guys. But Branton, thank you so much. Jesse's, thank you so much. Cecil, thank you so much. 3G, thank you. And then Jeff from Jeff. We all know Jeff. Yeah. Last time I did a cartwheel, I couldn't walk for a week. It was bad. I'm gonna feel it in the morning. I did 2 of them, but the second one was even worse because after I thought about it, I'm just like, oh my God, I'm doing this left-handed, or not left-handed, but like on the other side. I'm just like, I don't think I can do it over here. Oh, Will had me doing them the other day. I think I've had a little bit of practice in, maybe like on the ground, so I don't have to worry about the cement, breaking something, accidentally. You won a medal. What, when you were like in school, like in middle school? Just kidding, Jesse. Is there anyone else who wants to come join me in on the show me your tanks and a lawsuit? Fair enough. Fair enough. You have to commit. That's the trick. Don't have fear in your heart. You know what I actually used to do back in the day too, though, is I was a huge fan of jumping on the trampoline. And I used to do front flips, back flips, side flips, you name it. I tried to do everything possible to make it dangerous for me. And I never broke a bone. Never had any serious, might have some bruises and stuff, if I'm doing things here and there and falling off the trampoline, but it was fun. 40 years since he did a cartwheel. Holy, spit a watermelon seed. 42 feet though. 4th grade champion. You are the watermelon seed spit champion of the world. Yeah, I love the trampoline. My mom would know for sure. Mom, you probably remember my old friend Jared. Jared, oh, I forget his last name. But you know, they live right across the street, kind of catty-corner from us when we were growing up. Him and I did some daredevil trampoline experiences, that's for sure. He was my trampoline buddy. You know, you all know that. I love the trampoline. Well, Jesse, behave yourself. We're gonna go right past that, Jesse. But you're right on the edge, my friend. You're right on the edge. But I appreciate the entertainment, though. It is most welcome. Yeah, my mom did remember that. That's for sure. Yeah, I was great on the trampoline. Balance beam was good. Yeah, we're gonna have to take that one down. Oh my gosh, did my wife see that? Gotta get your legs up. You know, I bet my wife. Well, I can't say that now. I would never advise my wife to do a cartwheel right now. But whenever she's better and in a good state of no big belly, maybe I should get her to do a cartwheel for me and see which one of us can do it better. Because I know that she loved doing them when she was younger. I did. I wonder if she saw that. She said she got to get my legs up, so she probably did see it. That was embarrassing. I used to ride bikes off roofs into trees. Holy shnikes, my friend. You are the true daredevil for sure. Oh yeah, the era of Jackass was for sure dangerous. I mean, all those TV shows, when people saw that, they automatically thought, even though they give you that warning message ahead of time, they automatically thought, dude, we got to try that. Stupid autocorrect. Uh-huh. I had to resort to spitting watermelon seeds. No cable to watch. Jackass, stupid regular programming. Yeah, I really didn't watch a whole lot, but what I did, I kind of questioned myself. Why am I even watching these people and these idiots do these crazy antics? Yeah, they were easy 100 years ago. And everyone say hello to my wife. Hopefully she didn't watch my embarrassing cartwheel that everyone paid for me to do. Is anyone going to come up and show us your tanks? Or am I going to be the only one that's going to be doing that today? And all of you guys got like a very sneak preview of what's coming to be. My mom says, hi. One of these days, I'll get my wife to come on here and on one of my live streams and say hello to you guys at some point. She hasn't gotten brave enough to do it yet, but one of these days, maybe I can get her on here and we can kind of chit chat with each other. And I still think it would be cool, honestly. Like, I think it'd be cool to be sitting down next to her and we can kind of talk about how this journey has become, when it started, what she does with it, and how she thinks this journey has gone so far, and just share with you guys. You know, one of these days, maybe I can get her on here, but we'll see. Yeah, even if it was for like 10 minutes, I think it'd be cool. She's re-evaluating her opinion of you after that. I am too, Brandon. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I'm re-evaluating my whole algorithm of what my body can and can't handle. Cecil says hi. Thank you, Cecil. Oh, Greg is trying to come up. Okay. That still should be pinned up there for anyone who wants to join tonight. 3G, come on up. You're more than welcome to. I'm going to close this on my end because I keep hearing myself echo. Jesse, I'm reading your text. That's a book of a message. I'll get back to that in a little bit after my live stream. You can't name your channel after that cartwheel. Yeah, someone already suggested Cartwheel Aquatics. Not gonna happen. I already have a name picked out, and I already have a handle picked out. All right, so we have Greg in here. So come on up, Greg. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. What do you got?
I've been sitting back here for 10 ever since you put the link up.
I'm so sorry. You're here now. That's the important thing, right?
Yeah, man. I'm trying to support you, dude.
You're the man, my friend. What do you got for us?
Well, I got fish and not my face. These are Bulgarian seal points. Uh-oh. We breaking up?
Tagging and
Yeah.
Coven. Yeah, these angels are beautiful, man.
My babies. That's a 75 gallon. I don't know if you can hear me. Hello?
Yes, yes, I can. Can you hear me now?
I got you now. All right, well, that's a 75 gallon, and we can move over here. It's another 75 gallon.
Can everyone hear me currently?
I can hear you now.
Because I had to switch mics because of
75 gallon. This is kind of a hospital tank at the moment. I've got a beat up discus and a beat up Rosie barb in here. Hello? All right, we'll move on to something else. And I don't know if y'all can hear me or not. This is the fish room, a kind of overview of the fish room. It's a mess.
okay. Greg, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you now.
Sweet.
I
All
don't.
right. I was kind of in the process of switching back and forth, but I can hear you. We're good.
I didn't know if everybody in chat could hear me or not.
Yeah, we could. We're good. Keep on rolling, my friend.
We got some angelfish here that are. They've been cleaning this comb for a week or 10 days now,
Okay.
and they should have
That's
laid
very
eggs.
the pink in those angels are absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, you see the koi one keeps pushing the male over here, and it's I
Yeah,
think
I
the other
see
one is
that.
the male, and they're both
Yeah,
cleaning the
they're
tar out
absolutely
of it.
beautiful.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm waiting on them. As soon as they lay some eggs on there, that comb's out of there.
Okay. Are you planning to breed them? Is that your initial plan then?
Yes. I mean, not initially. I just like them, and
Okay.
whatever happens, I do breed a lot of angelfish.
Well, that's
So
cool then.
I would like for it to happen. Yes. You see that there's two other fish in this
Very
tank,
nice.
but they're not allowing these
Okay.
guys here.
Yeah,
They're not allow-
the
they're
koi
not
in those
allowing these
angels
guys
are
down
really
here close
neat
to the
too.
comb. I'm sorry.
I guess that's one thing on my bucket list a little bit.
What's that?
Yeah, they're really neat looking. Your angels are always really pretty.
This tank next to it, it has some gold angels or some champagne angels. I was doing a water change. You can see it's kind of a little bit mixed up right now. They're a little freaked out. We got some guppies down here. Some guppies next door. Have I lost you again?
What is your plan for those?
Which ones?
The ones that you were just showing previously
The
down below?
guppies?
Yep.
Yeah, this is my yellow King Kong line. I sell those locally. This is a platinum, white line I got from Stan.
Okay.
Stan Pittman. Him and I are fairly close together, and he comes to my town, to my local fish shop regular, and we meet.
Nice.
So I got those from him. He's gotten these King Kongs for me and has quite a good bit of them. And
Okay. Nice.
they're pretty pretty prolific. There's some more koi. These are some big boys. Below that, we got the goldfish.
Oh, those long fins are beautiful.
Yeah, I got a Randa, a Shabunkin, and a Ranchu. Ranchu right there. That's my favorite. He did that dove behind there. That's Spanky. He had to go hide from us.
I can see why.
This is the pot tank.
So what are you what's all in here?
This is my quarantine tank. All my new fish come into the fish room. They come into this tank first, and I have all the plants and thing in containers. So if I need to take them out and treat the water or something, I can take them all out real quick and easy. And if not, they have a nice place to get acclimated to the fish room.
Very nice. That's a good deal. That's a good process for you then.
I got these ramps. I guess it's been about a month ago now. They probably should get their own tank now, but I'm not planning on getting any other fish anytime soon, so they can hang out here for a while.
Yeah, you and me both.
Tank next to him is the Altum tank. I was just got done doing a water change in here, so it's a little off, a little hazy.
Yeah, I think I remember you showing these before, and these were kind of my favorites too, just because of how long the fins are. And it's really neat to see that.
Huge fish, truly huge fish. These are fixing to go into, this is a 55-gallon, and they're fixing to go into a 125.
Yeah, they'll probably need the extra room for it then, because they still have a little bit more room to grow, don't they?
They do. They do. These are maybe not even half the size that they should get. Yeah, well, earlier I was
That's very
doing
nice.
water change on this bad boy. And then we got some black angels over here. Get him while he's against that green plant. It's hard to get him against the black background.
Yeah, you probably
Another,
you'd almost miss them sometimes.
yeah, see, like this one is very hard to see. But anyhow, I'll get out the way and let the next person come up. You got somebody else in line?
Not currently, but it's always a pleasure having you up here, Greg. And I knew you were up here last time I did this, so it's greatly appreciated.
Yeah, I try to, people who try to do the show my tank, I try to support them. I don't have a lot of pretty tanks, but I got stuff to look at.
Yeah, most definitely. It's always a pleasure having you up here, my friend. I appreciate it.
All right, man. We'll see you next time. Thanks for having me up.
All right, you're welcome. Very nice. This I have to figure something out with the audio because it seems like I never have a problem whenever I'm doing my live stream, but it always seems like whenever I have someone up here like show me your tanks, I think it's a StreamYard thing that I still have to kind of work through a little bit. But I still have to do some finagling to get the audio to work for my end. For YouTube side and everything that everyone was hearing, it worked out great, and I could hear him just fine. But it's just some finagling on my end. But it seems like we've come to somewhat of a tail end. I appreciate Greg for coming up here and hanging out with us. I think I covered everything I wanted to tonight. I wanted to make sure to maybe hopefully see somebody, or what was I going to say? I got distracted. Sorry, guys. I think I got to say essentially what I wanted to say. Got to show everyone fish tanks, got to show everyone a cartwheel, and I got to basically get a good amount of things out before the live stream ended. I do want to see if Alana's still in bed, or Alana's still in bed. Holy smokes! If Alana's still awake, and maybe I can say goodnight to her. Ash, are you still watching? Are you still in the live stream? Is Alana still awake? It's been a good night overall, though. I can't thank you guys enough for coming and hanging out for a little bit. Looks like she might not be watching. But yeah, there's some definite things in the future for me. There's some definite plans that I'm going to be doing, and like I said, I'm hoping to come out with a video for my 220 here in the near future. I was planning to work on it today, but things kind of got a little rambunctious today with hanging out with the family, and then things got kind of pushed back, and then now we are where we're at now, and I wanted to make sure to give you guys a good live stream for tonight. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been real. It's been fun. And it has been real fun. I can't thank you guys enough for doing a super chat. Thanks, Mom, for coming in. Thanks, Dad, for coming in. Thanks, everyone else, for the super chats. And thanks for everyone participating and having a blast like it always has been. But yep, we'll catch you later. Thanks, Jorge, for coming and hanging out for a little bit. And we'll see you next time, next Friday at 8:30. All right. Take care, guys. Be safe, be happy, be healthy, and don't work too much. You're welcome, everyone. We'll see you next time.